Did you know that there was a powerful kingdom in South India that lasted for over 300 years? It had a well-planned capital city with advanced features like a sewage system and public baths. Its rulers were patrons of art and culture, and they built magnificent temples and encouraged poetry and music. They also had a standing army with a navy that controlled the seas. And despite being surrounded by enemies, they managed to stay independent until the end. But who were they, and how did they do it? This is the story of the Chola kingdom, a small yet mighty power in South India. Let's start at the beginning. The Cholas were a dynasty that ruled over a kingdom in the southern part of the Indian peninsula. Their reign is generally considered to be between the 3rd century and the 13th century CE, although some sources extend it to the 6th century. At their peak, they controlled a vast empire that stretched from the modern-day states of Karnataka and Kerala in the south to the northern parts of Sumatra in Indonesia. The Cholas were known for their military prowess and their ability to project power across the Indian Ocean. They established trade networks that extended to Southeast Asia and China, and they maintained a powerful navy that dominated the seas. But their achievements went beyond just war and trade. They were also patrons of art and culture, and they made significant contributions to literature, music, and architecture. The Cholas built magnificent temples that showcased the skills of their engineers and artists, and they encouraged poets and musicians to create works that celebrated their glory. One of the most famous examples is the Brihadiswarar temple in Thanjavur, which was built by Raja Chola Burwai in the 10th century. It is a huge structure made of granite with intricate carvings and a towering vimana that reaches a height of 216 feet. Another example is the Airavateswara temple in Darasuram, which was built by his son Rajendra Chola in the 11th century. It is smaller than the Brihadiswarar temple, but it is equally impressive with its unique features, such as a concentric frieze that depicts various scenes from Hindu mythology. But perhaps the most important thing about the Chola kingdom is how it managed to survive for so long. The Cholas ruled during a time when the rest of South India was fragmented into smaller kingdoms that were constantly fighting each other. But the Cholas were able to stay independent and united until the end of their dynasty, even though they were surrounded by enemies. How did they do it? According to historians, the Cholas were able to survive because of several factors. First, they had a strong and centralized government that was able to maintain order and collect taxes efficiently. They also had a standing army that was well-trained and equipped to defend the kingdom. Moreover, they had a navy that controlled the seas and prevented any invasion through the coast. And finally, they had the support of the people who were happy with their rule and identified with their culture and religion. Unlike the other kingdoms in South India, the Cholas did not face much opposition from their subjects. Most of the people in their empire were Hindus, and the Cholas were also Hindus. This helped them to create a sense of unity and loyalty among the people, and made it difficult for any outside force to conquer them. But unfortunately, the Chola dynasty came to an end in the 13th century when it was invaded by the Pandyas. However, their legacy lived on in the art, architecture, and culture of South India. So if you ever visit this part of the world, make sure to look beyond the beaches and backwaters and delve deeper into its history and heritage. You might be surprised by what you find. So what do you think? Would you have liked to live in the Chola kingdom? What are your favorite examples of their art and architecture? Share your thoughts below and let me know if you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe for more updates. Also, make sure to check out my other videos about ancient India. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.